If you're a portrait photographer and you want to bring in your ideal clients, I mean, clients that you actually love shooting and that also pays you what you're worth, guess what? You need to have a solid portfolio. Building your portfolio as a portrait photographer is one of the most important things you need to do. Look at it like as your most valuable asset, okay? Your most valuable asset as a portrait photographer is going to be your portfolio. So if you aren't booking clients that you actually want and you feel like you need to grow your portfolio or make it better so you can charge what you want to charge, what you feel like you are valued at, or also as well, you're just starting out, I suggest that you stay tuned for the upcoming video. What's going on, portrait photographers? I am Jalen Dorsey Mitchell. Most people call me Jet, and I am a business coach for portrait photographers, helping portrait photographers shoot less and make more so you can have more time to do the things you love with the people you love the most. And in this video, I'm going to give you a three-step strategy that me and my students are doing to be able to build portfolios where we're able to charge $500, $1,000, $2,100, $2,800, $7,100 offers to portrait clients. But first, we need to start off with what a portfolio is. And then let's talk about what is the purpose of your portfolio. And lastly, I want to talk about why it is one of the most important assets in your portrait photography business. Once we finish that out, I'm going to give you the L3 strategy, okay? This strategy is the same strategy I'm using right now. This is a strategy my student Chris Mack is using, a branded photographer here in Detroit right now, to be able to book clients that we actually love so we can shoot less and make more. Now, kind of thinking about this, when I first started doing photography, I shot everything. And with me shooting everything, I was just a photographer. And if you follow some of my other videos, you know that there are 4 levels of niching down. First, you're a photographer. Then you choose a niche inside of that, inside of photography. So for us, it's portrait photography. And then you choose what we call a specialty, right? A specialty is going to be a maternity. Maybe you choose branding. Maybe you choose graduation. Maybe you choose kids. Maybe you choose boudoir, glamour, beauty. That is going to be specialty. And when you choose a specialty, that's when you get down to level 3. But you complete the niche ladder and you officially have a niche when you figure out who your niche is for. So for example, I was a photographer and then I became a portrait photographer. I archived everything on my page. I shot sports, I shot weddings, I shot kids, I shot booty, I shot maternity, I shot I shot all those different things. But then I'm like, I really like shooting portraits. So boom, I stopped shooting. I started posting all those other things and then I just archived everything off my page and then I started shooting portraits. So once I started shooting portraits for about two years, a year or so, I came to this point where I lost my camera and I told myself that if I ever got another camera again, I would do beauty or maternity. And fast forward, in my heart led to maternity. So now I chose my specialty and I did a whole bunch of work doing maternity shoots, and that was me on level 3. But now I recently got a conviction 2 months ago, and I'm like, hey, if I believe in God and that's where my faith is, I need to build my business around what I believe in. So I'm like, I can only shoot married expecting parents because that's where God wants kids to be made at, in marriage. So now I only shoot married expecting parents, which is level 4, right? And I always talk about like a level 5 of niching down, where you niche down based on a specific like cause or something. So for example, I would niche down to a maternity photographer for married expecting parents who go through pregnancy complications, or a maternity photographer for married expecting parents who are having their first child, right? I can niche down even more as a bonus level to be able to earn more. I know I'm talking about niching, but this is very important. When you niche, the more you niche down, the more credibility you get, the more you can earn, and also the more people trust you. Because when they come to your page and they see that you do a certain thing, they trust you more, and they're gonna say you are the go-to person for this problem. Your client has a problem, your page or your portfolio or your service needs to be tailored to a specific problem, and you need to offer the specific solution to that specific client. So with that being said, your portfolio is so important. And if you don't know what a portfolio is basically a collection of images that you use to attract and reel in and book your ideal client, right? Your portfolio is only the best images that you take. Your portfolio is not all of the images that you take. And a lot of portrait photographers in the beginning, they mess up thinking that their portfolio is literally all the images that they take. But a portfolio should be a collection of about 8 to 15 images of your best work is a great starting point. 8 to 15 images inside of your portfolio that you use to market. So when we're thinking about this, peep that I said your best work and not all of your work. This means that every photo that you take should not, I repeat, should not be in your portfolio, okay? Now, a big tip I like to tell portrait photographers that you only want to post what you want to get booked for, right? You only want to post what you want to get booked for, and you only want to posting is showing, so which complements my next point. You only want to show the work that you want. If you're showing all work, which is something that we do in the beginning as portrait photographers, I understand we show all of our work. We show all of our weddings, our flowers, and we're passionate in the beginning. But if you really want to build a 6 to 7 figure portrait photography business and you want this to be able to sustain and provide for your family, you need to build a portfolio that shows only your best work. And when you put in your portfolio the type of work you want to you want to get booked for, it allows you to get booked for by the type of clients you want, which leads me to point number 2, okay? The purpose of having a portfolio as a portrait photographer is to attract your ideal client, okay? Remember, your ideal client is a client that you want to book in your photography business. So my ideal client will be married expecting parents. Your ideal client may be high school graduates or college graduates or PhD graduates. That might be your ideal client. And when you put images in your portfolio that represent what you like to get booked for, and listen, I said what you like to get booked for, your portfolio then attracts other potential clients who like the work that you do. So think about it like a cycle. You build a portfolio full of work that you want to get booked for with the ideal client that you want to get booked for. You then take that portfolio, put it out there. You put it out there, and then that portfolio, those images are like magnets, and they attract people that like that type of work, that are those type of people. So I only want to put out work in my portfolio or on social media or my website of married expecting parents or married women so that I can attract that type of client. So when you're thinking about this will allow you to get more leads, and leads are people that show interest in your business by giving them your contact information. That's what an engaged lead is. Now you have leads are people that like your post, comment on your post. They may share your post. Those are leads, but we're looking to get engaged leads, people that show interest, sending you a DM, or they give you their contact information on the lead magnet or on a form that you may use. When you put out a portfolio that attracts your ideal client, you get more leads. And when you get more leads, that is the only way to get more bookings, okay? Your portfolio attracts your ideal client. Then your ideal client fills out a form and they inquire with you. When they inquire with you, you get more leads. When you get more leads, when you close the sale, you get more bookings. So how do you build your portfolio? How, as a beginning portrait photographer, as a portrait photographer who has never, let me back up a little bit, okay? There are, I want to say 3 reasons that you may want to build a portfolio, okay? You're just starting out, you're looking to attract a new client or charge a new higher price, or you have a new niche that you're looking to get into. So when I think about it, I built my portfolio when I was just starting out. I built my portfolio when I got into the niche or the specialty of maternity. And now I'm building a portfolio to be able to charge $7,100 to married expecting couples. And you may say, why are you charging that much? Well, when you think about it, people who pay, they pay attention. And when you charge more and your services match the value that you charge, you are able to serve your clients at a higher level. It's kind of hard to serve your clients at a higher level when you're only charging $200-$300, right? But when you're all inclusive like I am, and I've been able to charge up to $2,800, up to $3,500 to $2,800 for a portrait photography client, I've been able to serve my clients better. I've been able to include hair and makeup. I've been able to give them albums. I've been able to feed them breakfast on the day of, get them robes, buy a foot massage to be able to enhance the client experience. So me personally, I love for photographers to charge high ticket, and high ticket honestly is in the 4 or 5 figures when it comes to pricing your photography. But for you, if you're just starting out, or for you, if you've been in the game for a nice minute, high ticket is just a higher price. Think of it right now. High ticket is a higher price than what you're charging now. Because anytime you charge a higher price, you need a higher level of confidence. Okay? So if you're charging $50 now, if you go from 50 and then you start charging $250, that's high ticket for you in the place that you're at. All right? If you go from charging $500, you're charging $1,500 or $500 to charge $1,000, that's high ticket for you. And I look at high ticket in those beginner stages as a mindset, right? But also as well, high ticket technically as a portrait photographer is clients that are in 4 or 5 figures, right? That's a great way to kind of look at it. But think about high ticket from your mindset. So I want to give you the 3-step strategy, and I promise you this strategy is so beneficial, and it makes building your portfolio very easy, right? Because you need to be intentional when you build your portfolio. A lot of people just go out and shoot, but I want to give you a 3-step strategy that me and my students are using to build their portfolio. And we call that the L3 strategy. So this is a great time for you to get a pencil and a pen and write this down. The first step in the L3 strategy is you need to lay the foundation, right, for your portfolio. You start by laying the foundation by answering these 3 questions, okay? What is your specialty going to be? Is it going to be maternity? Is it going to be newborn? Is it going to be graduation? Is it going to be glamour, which is also considered kind of boudoir? Is it going to be beauty? Is it going to be couples? What is your specialty going to be? Once you answer that question, the next question you need to ask is, who will be your target audience? So if your specialty is maternity, will you target single moms who may be moms of their own? Will you target high school graduates? Will you target doctoral graduates? Those are 2 different price brackets, right? If you're a branded photographer, will you target entrepreneurs, or will you target entrepreneurs who have service-based business, or will you target entrepreneurs who have online-based businesses? It's important that you figure out who will be in your target audience. Okay, that's step number 2, right? Think about it as determining the type of client you want to shoot. When you answer those 2 questions, now you have what we call a niche. A niche is a combination of a specialty and a target audience. And the third question you want to ask yourself, once you figure out your specialty and then you determine the type of clients you want to book, you want to figure out what will make your portfolio different than others. That's so important. And you to kind of think about your area right now. For me, what will make my portfolio different than others, that if I create images that are in the form of art, that also include set design, that will make my portfolio different than everyone around me. Now, there's no such thing as competition, because you have your own assignment. I have my own assignment, and God is only going to give us the people that are for us. So don't look at it as competition, but as a framework to kind of set in your mind, think about what type of work are people doing in your area, and how could you be different, or how could you serve your clients at a higher level with their portrait images, right? So that's step 1. Now, step 2, when you're building a portfolio, is you need to launch what we call a campaign. A campaign is just a strategic course of actions we take in order to reach a goal. So this is how you will attract people that you want to photograph. Now, for example, my goal was to get 4 to 7 married expecting parents to be able to build my portfolio. 4 to 7 shoots is a great number for you to have when you're building out your portfolio. So what I did was I ran what we call the legacy campaign. And the legacy campaign was for married expecting parents who are expecting their first child. Now, that campaign is going to attract married expecting couples to me so I can photograph them. Another example would be my student Chris Mack. He launched what we call the Fresh Start campaign. He's a branding photographer and he's looking to get women entrepreneurs with service-based businesses. So he launched the Fresh Start campaign. Now, this is the easiest and most fun way to get the work that you need for your portfolio is running a campaign. Now, a lot of people talk about, do you need to do free shoots for your when you build your portfolio? And honestly, in my opinion, you don't have to. Once again, remember I said people who pay attention. You want to implement what we call a commitment fee. A commitment fee is very, very important, right? A commitment fee is a fee people pay to show that they're going to commit to doing the shoot. You're going to get a lot of people when you launch your campaign, they are going to flake on you. And to eliminate flaking on you to some degree, you want to implement what we call a commitment fee. So a lot of people say you need to do free shoots to do your work. Well, technically, how about you get paid to build your portfolio? And that is by using what we call a commitment fee, okay? And this is going to be a series of building your portfolio, and I'm going to show you how to do each of these steps in depth. So you can just literally follow along this whole playlist of videos each and every week so you can build your portfolio. And we'll go into more about what the commitment fee is, but you want to implement what we call a commitment fee. So remember, you want to lay the foundation, launch a campaign, and the third thing you want to do is leverage your work. And you leverage your work by putting the images in marketing materials. And marketing materials can be your website. Create a certain section or page on your website to be able to send to people so they can see your work and you can book your ideal client. And also, you can share your new portfolio images on Instagram or on Twitter or on Threads or on TikTok or whatever social media platform that you are using right now. You can leverage your work on there. And, leveraging is using something to work for you, okay? So you can leverage your work on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever social media channel board to get photographed. And lastly, we need to leverage our images in our marketing materials, starting with the section or page on our website. Now, with all this information, all right, I've created a free gift for you. I put together a roadmap of all the things you need to do in order to build your portfolio the right way. I put together this roadmap based on the order of action. And when you download this roadmap and throughout the weeks you follow the videos that I'm teaching, I'm going to show you exactly how to do these things. You will be on track to build your portfolio. I'm going to show you what to charge for a commitment fee, how to set up the landing page for people to come to. I'm going to show you what to include in your for your clients. I'm going to show you all of those things so that as you do these steps, you know exactly where you are at on your portfolio building journey. So it's important as you continue to watch these videos, click the link in the description, download that roadmap so that as you watch the videos, right, my goal literally is to provide better education for portrait photographers than what's paid out there, and only have you come to me for the implementation, right? So with that being said, I want to help you. That's my goal. So go click the link in the description, download the roadmap, start looking over the roadmap. And when you look over the roadmap, watch the videos for each section of the roadmap. It's going to be about 3 to 4 videos that you can follow along with the roadmap so you can build a portfolio that allows you to shoot less and make more, so you can have way more time to spend doing the things you love with the people you love the most. Coach Jet out.